Have you ever wondered why some men walk into a room and instantly command respect, while others, no matter how hard they try, fade into the background? It's not money, it's not looks, and it's not even charm. What women respect the most isn't something you can buy, borrow, or fake. It's a mindset. And if you don't have it, you'll always find yourself chasing, begging, or proving your worth to people who never truly value you. That's the harsh truth no one ever tells men. Respect doesn't come from what you do for her, how sweet you are, or how much you sacrifice. It comes from who you decide to be when no one is watching. Women sense it in your energy before you even speak. The man who commands respect isn't the one desperate for attention. He isn't the man who tries to convince her of his value with gifts, flattery, or endless availability. He's the man who knows where he's going, what he stands for, and what he will and will not tolerate. And the paradox is this: the less you need her validation, the more her respect for you grows. That's the mindset shift most men never make. They believe love equals constant approval seeking, when in reality, the women they want most are drawn to the man who doesn't crumble under pressure, who doesn't beg when things get uncertain, who doesn't compromise his core values just to keep her around. Think about it. How many times have you given too much only to be left feeling like it was never enough? How many times have you sacrificed your self-respect, hoping it would buy love, only to watch her slowly lose interest? That's not bad luck. It's psychology. Respect is the oxygen of attraction, and when you suffocate it by erasing your boundaries, you kill the very spark you're trying to create. Women respect the man who lives by his principles, not the man who bends to fit her moods. That's why the mindset that earns true respect isn't about controlling her, it's about controlling yourself. And here's the truth: women test men not because they're cruel, but because they're searching. They want to know, are you solid, or will you collapse the moment she pushes? Because if you collapse under her smallest test, how could you possibly protect her from the storms of life? The answer to that question shapes the level of respect she gives you. The mindset women respect the most is rooted in one word: certainty. Not arrogance, not ego, but certainty. It's the quiet confidence of a man who knows himself so deeply that no one else's opinion can shake his foundation. When you carry this kind of certainty, it doesn't matter if she agrees with you or not, because you don't live for her approval. That energy is magnetic. Women respect a man who is grounded, a man who can make a decision without second-guessing himself 100 times, a man who doesn't flinch when challenged. Because deep down, every woman wants to feel safe with the man she chooses. And safety comes from stability, not from a man who crumbles under pressure. But here's where so many men fail. They confuse certainty with control. They try to dominate, manipulate, or force respect out of women. That's not respect, that's insecurity wearing a mask. True certainty is calm. It's not loud, it's not desperate, and it doesn't need to prove itself. You don't need to shout you're a leader when your presence alone speaks louder than words. Women see this difference instantly. They know when a man is posturing versus when he's genuinely strong inside. The mindset women respect the most isn't about controlling her. It's about mastering yourself. Imagine two men standing in the same storm. One is panicking, blaming, doubting, looking for someone to save him. The other stands tall, steady, and focused, even while the wind tears at him. Which man earns her respect? Which man would she follow without hesitation? It's always the one who doesn't break when life gets tough. And that comes from certainty, knowing that no matter what happens, you can handle it. That's what separates men women admire from men they forget. But here's the bitter pill most men avoid. Certainty isn't built in the presence of women. It's built when you're alone. It's forged in the hours when no one's watching, in the decisions you make when you could easily cut corners, in the promises you keep to yourself. If you can't trust yourself, how can she ever trust you? That's why this mindset isn't about impressing her. It's about becoming the kind of man you respect first. Because when you respect yourself, she has no choice but to follow. Every man wants respect from women, but very few realize that respect is earned long before a woman even enters the picture. It's earned in how you handle rejection, how you deal with setbacks, and how you react when life doesn't go your way. Women are incredibly perceptive. When she looks at you, she doesn't just see the surface. She sees the way you carry your pain, your discipline, your habits, your resilience. The mindset she respects most is not about perfection, it's about composure. Can you stay calm when everything feels like it's falling apart? Can you keep your dignity when emotions tempt you to lose control? These are the questions she's unconsciously asking, because they tell her if you're a man she can truly look up to. Think back to the times you lost your cool, when anger, desperation, or fear drove your actions. Did it ever win you respect? Or did it silently push her further away? The truth is, women respect men who can feel deeply without being ruled by those feelings. The man who can be vulnerable but not weak, emotional but not unstable, loving but not needy, that's the man who leaves a mark on her soul. This is the balance that separates boys from men. And here's what most men miss. Women don't lose respect for you because you fail. They lose respect because of how you respond to failure. If you retreat, give up, or drown in self-pity, you confirm her worst fears. But if you stand tall, rebuild, and keep moving forward, she sees a strength most men never show. Respect comes when your actions prove that nothing can break you, not even heartbreak itself. That's why women often test you in moments of conflict. They want to see if your emotions control you, or if you control them. And make no mistake, your response in those moments decides whether she sees you as a man she respects or a man she tolerates. The truth is simple. The mindset women respect the most is not built in comfort, it's built in chaos. Every storm you endure without losing yourself adds a layer to your presence. Every battle you fight with grace instead of panic strengthens your aura. And when you carry that, women can feel it without you saying a single word. There's a reason why women are drawn to men who have direction. A man without purpose drifts, and when he drifts, she feels it. She may not always say it, but deep down, she knows when you're lost. And no woman can truly respect a man who is lost within himself. The mindset women respect the most is anchored in vision. It's not about being rich or successful overnight. It's about showing that your life has meaning beyond chasing her. When a man is walking towards something greater, she feels secure in his leadership, because she knows he won't crumble the moment things get hard. Too many men make the mistake of putting women at the center of their lives, as if love is their only mission. But here's the truth. When you make her your entire world, she loses respect. Why? Because she doesn't want to be your mission. She wants to join you on your mission. A woman respects a man who is already building, already striving, already fighting for something he believes in. And when she sees that, she doesn't just love him, she admires him. She knows she's not carrying him. She's standing beside a man who can carry himself. Think about the men who inspire respect across history, or even in your own life. They weren't desperate for approval. They weren't defined by whether a woman stayed or left. They were defined by their vision and their discipline to pursue it. That's the same mindset that earns respect today. Women don't need you to be perfect. They need to see that you're moving forward with intention, with fire in your chest, and with the courage to face obstacles head-on. The mistake most men make is thinking respect is about pleasing her in the moment. It's not. Respect comes when she sees consistency over time, when she realizes that no matter what storm hits, you don't abandon your mission. That steadiness builds trust, and trust creates respect. If you want a woman to look at you with admiration in her eyes, stop trying to be everything for her and start becoming everything you promised yourself you'd be. Because the man who lives for his mission will never have to beg for respect. It will radiate from him naturally, and she will feel it every time she's near you. There's a truth most men don't want to hear. Women don't respect a man who abandons his boundaries. You think being understanding or flexible will make her love you more, but in reality, it chips away at her respect brick by brick. The mindset women respect the most is built on boundaries, clear, unshakable lines that tell her and the world what you will and will not accept. A man without boundaries is like a house without walls, easy to enter, easy to use, and easy to destroy. And no matter how much she cares for you, if you show her you can be walked over, she will lose faith in your strength. But let me be clear, boundaries are not about control. They are about self-respect. When you say no to disrespect, when you refuse to sacrifice your values, when you walk away from anyone who tries to take advantage of you, that's when you show her the depth of your strength. Because every woman is watching, even if she doesn't admit it. She's watching how you handle being tested, how you react when pushed, how you carry yourself when someone crosses the line. And when you stand firm, she respects you, not just as a man, but as a leader. The irony is, men who lack boundaries think they're being loving. They think giving in to every demand shows devotion, but what it really shows is fear. The fear of losing her, the fear of standing alone. And fear is never respected. Women might use a man without boundaries, but they will never admire him. They might stay for convenience, but they'll never look at him with that spark of reverence in their eyes. Respect only grows where strength is consistent. So ask yourself, what do you tolerate that you know you shouldn't? Where are you letting fear control you instead of your principles? Because every compromise you make against your values silently teaches her to see you as weaker. And weakness is the one thing respect cannot survive. A man with boundaries is rare, and that rarity is magnetic. She might resist, she might push back, but deep down, she will always respect the man who refuses to betray himself just to keep her comfortable. That is the mindset she cannot ignore. Here's a reality most men never want to face. Women respect men who can walk away, not out of spite, not out of arrogance, but out of pure self-worth. The mindset women respect the most is knowing that your value does not depend on her staying. When a man is terrified of losing a woman, she feels it. She senses the desperation, and with every moment it grows, her respect for him shrinks. But when she knows you have the strength to walk away if she crosses your core values, that's when her respect deepens. Because a man who can't walk away is a man who can be controlled, and no woman truly respects a man she can control. Think about it. Why do women chase men who don't chase them back? Why do they respect the man who doesn't collapse under their moods? It's not about games, it's about power. The power of a man who knows his life doesn't end if she walks away. That mindset is magnetic because it's rare. Most men cling, most men beg, most men trade their dignity for a chance to keep her around. But the few who don't, that's the type of man she cannot forget. This doesn't mean being cold, heartless, or uncaring. It means being deeply invested but never enslaved. It means giving your love fully but refusing to compromise your soul. Women test men because they want to know, if she pushes too far, will you stand or will you fall? The man who stands earns respect. The man who falls loses it. Simple as that. And this isn't about punishing her. It's about proving to yourself that your worth is not negotiable. Every time you show her that your standards are non-negotiable, you strengthen her respect. Every time you chase when she disrespects, you weaken it. That's why walking away isn't the end. It's the beginning. It's the moment she realizes you're not like the rest. And whether she stays or goes, you remain whole, because your mindset is built on self-respect, not desperation. That's the kind of man who leaves a lasting mark on every woman he meets. At the core of everything, the mindset women respect the most is authenticity. Not pretending to be someone you're not wearing a mask to impress her, but showing up as your truest self with unwavering strength. Women can smell pretense from miles away, and the moment they sense you're faking confidence or forcing charm, the respect evaporates. But when you live honestly, when your words match your actions, when your values guide your choices, when you're consistent no matter who's watching, she can't help but admire you. Because authenticity is rare, and rare is always respected. Respect isn't about being perfect. You'll stumble, you'll fail, you'll face moments of doubt. But the man who owns those flaws, learns, grows, and keeps moving forward, that's the man women look at differently. She doesn't want you to be flawless. She wants you to be real. Real enough to admit when you're wrong, strong enough to change, and steady enough to never abandon who you are. That balance is magnetic, and it can't be faked. Every woman, deep down, is looking for a man she can lean on, a man she can trust, a man whose presence feels like solid ground. And you don't create that by chasing her, pleasing her, or losing yourself for her. You create it by being rooted in who you are, what you stand for, and what you will not compromise. When you carry that mindset, she may love you, she may challenge you, she may even walk away, but she will always respect you. And respect is the foundation of attraction that never dies. So here's my question to you. Are you living with the mindset women truly respect, or are you still seeking validation at the cost of your own self-worth? Be honest with yourself first. Drop your answer in the comments below, because your story might be the one another man needs to hear today. And if this message hit you in the chest, don't just keep it to yourself. Like this video, subscribe for more truths most men never hear, and share it with a brother who desperately needs this reminder. Respect starts with you. Don't wait another day to claim it.